may remember last week we talked to our film critic, Herb Strafford. Well, you were at Sundance, the film festival there in Utah. Tell us a little bit about how that went. We know that this is the first time that was fully back in person, so very exciting.
Yeah, it was. It's the first time since 2020 that it's been in person because of COVID. So, you know, the past 2 years have been streaming festivals, which is fine, but you're not there. So it was a very big pleasure to be back in the tent in the 6-degree weather up in Park City. And I had a chance to see almost 40 films between in person and then some streaming that I was doing while I was there. So a lot of great things, a lot of good headlines coming out of this year's festival. A lot of big deals. Netflix paying $20 million for a film, some other folks paying similar amounts of money. So it seems like the deals are back at Sundance. And so we were just going to talk about real quickly about a couple of the things that were higher profile. This is A Little Prayer, which is a really wonderful story that did get bought. Going Varsity in Mariachi, about Texas mariachis, a really interesting documentary. Judy Blume, the children's author, fascinating story about her documentary. I love this movie Eileen with Anne Hathaway, really great, sort of a thriller. Little Richard, I Am Everything, fascinating documentary about him. Justice, about Judge Kavanaugh, really interesting surprise documentary. This is a movie called Radical that I really enjoyed that was talking about a Mexican teacher and his students. Squaring the Circle, a great documentary about the firm Hypnosis that did all the album covers. Steph Curry was represented. Michael J. Fox, another great biopic. Fascinating story about him and his struggle with Parkinson's. Other documentaries, Name June Paik, the acclaimed Korean artist. You know, The Pod Generation about external wombs. And also Cassandro about the Mexican gay wrestler. Really fascinating narrative film that's going to come out later this year. That's The Deepest Breath. And You Hurt My Feelings with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, a really great narrative film. And a lot of these films, of course, are going to be coming out on screens, large and small, in the coming months. And so we look forward to seeing these. But, you know, the thing about Sundance is it's the first big festival of the year. So you see everything, and then this stuff sort of dribbles out.
Yeah.
You know, some of the films that we were able to see, I think, will be held until the fall, because they're going to be awards contenders. So we'll be keeping everybody up to date on things as we talk every week here on the show.
Yeah, looking forward to those release dates and seeing what you think of them, and a lot of mixed bag there. So I'm sure we'll check
Absolutely,
in with you.
yeah. There's always a mixed bag. There's always some really good stuff, and a few. I only had to leave early on 2 of them. So.
Oh, good. That is good because you know, Herb, you're very honest. So
I am.
I like it. All right, Herb. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Stephanie has a look at our.